So the primary tip I'm going to give you is that working for a good agency, I said it in the previous video and I'm saying it again, working for a good agency is paramount. Like, it is very, very, very important. An agency that cares about the workers as much as they care about their residents and their clients. A good agency will change your approach to care entirely. So always make sure the agency you want to work for, from the beginning, you will know if they are greedy or not. From the very beginning of working with my agency, it was the first week and I told them that I didn't even have to tell them before they knew that, okay, my training cost £45. I didn't even have to. I was going to tell them that they shouldn't take the money out of my current, like, of the week I worked. They should take it out of the next one. But they were like, okay, because this was my first payment. They were even the one that told me that they were not going to take it from my first payment, but they would take it in 2 installments. That showed that they put me like into consideration. Before my employer sends me to anywhere, even if it's a new home or a new place that I don't know, they will tell me this is what it is like, this is what it is like. They always want to make sure that I am safe, and that is very important. That's very paramount to anywhere you want to work. And just make sure that the agency you want to work with is very good. And if somebody is referring you, make sure the person that is referring you is not using them as a second or a third or fourth option. Make sure the person actually, when the person talks about them, you know that, okay, this person is being honest or this person is lying. So make sure you ask people, if you're being referred to the place, make sure you ask people about the general, environment of the workplace. I also want you to say is that the all cleaning bomb parts, I really want to say this because it feels like that's the major thing that scares people. You're not doing it with your hand. There's PPE, there's apron, there's nose mask, there's gloves of different, like, everything is set for you. There's sanitizer, there's washing soap, I'm telling you, the first time you do this, you would not even realize that, oh, this is what I just did. Okay, so please be calm. Even if it's for just 1 month, try care out, because trust me, that's the easiest job you can get within a month of coming to the UK. I came in a fucking pandemic, and care work was the only work available then. So if you know you want to work in care now, like, literally all you need is let somebody just refer you to their company. You will get that job within a month, trust me, because they're always constantly looking for people to work in care. And if you've even had your COVID jab, that's even going to be way better for you. But unlike the agencies, like in London, okay, so before now, I should have gotten a job with one agency in London, and the reason why I didn't get a job with that agency was because the contract was like 20 hours here, and also it was not like, or like this one, I could say I want to work for 10 hours. Do you understand? And I work for the 10 hours straight. Do you understand? But the agency there would tell me that they would send me from house to house, which is like, money for transport. And the time I would use to walk straight, I would be on the bus trying to get to somewhere else, and the pay per hour is £10.50. So if I go to somewhere, that's £55 for 30 minutes, and then they will not say I should go to another place again, £5 for 30 minutes. All those bus time, when I could have walked straight and earn £11 per hour in one place. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I feel like that's one thing that I prefer about my job here than the one I wanted to get in London. And also, honestly, I feel like I like Sheffield better. I like my work in Sheffield. I like Sheffield better because it's just okay for me. I just like it. And I feel like everything is cheap. The housing, the bills, everything is cheap, unlike London. But the only thing about London is that is broad in career wise, whatever wise is broad. But otherwise, Sheffield, because it has like, it's just Sheffield, London is too gra. London reminds me of Lagos. London is too much. Like, I cannot deal. I can't believe I've been living in that jungle since February. London is too London makes me, like, I enter that city and my heart just starts racing. Like, London is too much. It's too much at once. Like, it's too much of everything at once. It's like Lagos. And you should think it would be perfect, but I prefer Sheffield because Sheffield is a little bit of everything. Plus, I'm living in the city center and I get free Wi-Fi, so Long story short, I get to pick when I want to work, so it's zero contract. That's one thing I like about my new care job, or like the other one. And and I also want you to know that it's not everybody that you work with, every client that you work with, that would need your help for everything. Some clients just need to be looked after, to be observed. Do you understand? Some are very independent in terms of they can change their clothes, they can do whatever, they can even clean up after themselves. Do you understand? But there are just certain things they need help with that they can't do anymore. Do you understand? Like when it comes to washing, they can't bend down to do certain things, they can't turn, they're just, you know, they're old. Do you understand? So, but other than that, they're still independent in a whole lot of other ways. Do you understand? Like you can leave them alone for like hours on hours and they will be fine. They can pee, they can stand up and pee by themselves. So it's not like every time they want to pee you have to stand up to help them pee every time. So, and sometimes they wear pad as well. Do you understand? So some of them can help themselves. So you just need to be like, I don't even know what to say, but I just want you to know that there are some clients that are independent and some that are not be independent. So like now there was this woman I was working with, and I liked it because when the clients had eaten, they had their tea, whatever, they just sit and watch TV, and then from then till lunch I just do hourly checks. Do you understand? So every hour I go to, once it's 12, I go to each of their rooms, check what they are doing, write it down, then just go back and sit. Then I do it again, I do it again till lunchtime. I do the lunch, or I serve the lunch. I might not be doing it, somebody might be doing it. I serve it, I clean the plates, and you know, sit back down till they need me again. Do you get? So most of the times you can actually even be doing your uni work while you know, at work. Just depends on the type of job it is in general. But always ask for briefing of wherever they want to send you to, how is, because I feel like briefing helps you prepare your mind. They are doing something, I'm looking at them, the ones that are where I am in the lounge, I'm looking at them, they're watching TV, I'm supposed to be watching TV with them, I'm being observant, you know, whatever. But I need you to know that you need to follow the policies of each places. They may not allow phones at all. That's up to them to decide. If they say they don't allow, then they don't allow. Don't use it. If they say they don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. If they want their job done and afterwards you can do whatever you want, then do it. But always make sure you follow the policies of each homes, and always make sure you even respect the homes of the people you will go to, the houses you will go to work. So the latest job I did got me working with people with dementia. When I first came, I had my friend, I think, yeah, it was dementia I was working with. Isha briefed me about it. I got a little bit scared. But working with this particular person, it was mind-blowing for me. Because I saw her, she kept forgetting. She kept asking me same questions over and over, or she kept assuming, or I had to repeat myself. She couldn't even hear again, so I had to repeat myself loudly. And it was such a challenge for me, because you don't raise your voice at adults as a Nigerian person. You don't do it. And then I had to raise my voice at her so she could hear me. And she was like, okay. Then she asks me the same thing again. I was so tired. I now looked at her, I'm like, is this woman faking it? Is she trying to get under my skin? But seeing the honesty in her eyes, she was truly lost, and she didn't know that every time it was the first time for her that she was asking me or telling me that same thing, or just, it was amazing to look at. And it also got me thinking, wait, how would I feel if I was this person? How would I feel if I was the person going through this? How, like, I wanted to really feel what she was feeling. Do you understand? Now imagine if with all that, I should not be shouting at her, can't you remember anything? Can't you think about, do you know how she would be crying and be thinking that, wait, it's not like it's her fault that she doesn't want, because think about it, like nobody would want to do that on purpose. Like even if it's a joke, person cannot even keep doing it. They cannot maintain that level of consistency. So please, I need you to understand that dignity, respect is very essential, and patience and tolerance when it comes to working in care is very essential, because you meet different people, you feel like, is this person taking a piece at me? But you need to know that this person has been diagnosed with this thing. They're not joking, they're being serious. You have to be tolerant. You took the job, you said you had experience, you're going to get paid for that job. So please be considerate, be nice. There are cameras looking, even when there are no cameras looking. Even when you think that this person has dementia, they will not remember anything, or they won't. Don't make them fall. Don't push them. Don't abuse them. Don't touch them anyhow. Don't say because, oh, they told you to touch them, or they told you to do this. Don't do it. Please, I'm begging, I'm saying it. Be careful what you do. Whatever, see, what I've noticed is that white people, or the UK in general will tell you forgive and forget. That's what is in the Bible. Of course they will forgive you. If you steal this from a shop, they will forgive you, but they will never forget. Especially if the police comes and they have to put it, they will put it on your record that you stole a tissue paper, you cannot be trusted with certain things. Is next time they do a DBS check, the fact that you stole a tissue paper is going to be there. When you want to get employed in a big company, the fact that you stole a tissue paper will be there. They will forgive you, but forgetting is just very hard, because I think the only person that can change the record or clear their record is the queen. Aside that, be very careful. If you don't have money, you don't have money. Don't steal anything. Don't take anything from any clients because you feel like they will not notice or they will not know. I've said my own. Don't touch anybody inappropriately. The residents, the clients, made me realize that old age is actually very scary. It made me realize that everything we do daily, being an adult daily, is scary. Being a mom, being a dad, growing with them, raising kids, growing, all that is fucking scary. Imagine me, see how I'm moving my body like this, then one day I'll not realize. And then one child will be standing in front of me saying, can you be fast? Can you be fast, grandma? I'll be like, it's not my fault. Do you think I don't want to be fast? Very, very important that you take briefing seriously. So make sure before you work with any client, they give you a briefing, general briefing of what the client does, what they do, what they like doing, how they can be, things you shouldn't do with them, things you should do, how they can be they aggressive, can they be nice, whatever. Always take briefing seriously. If they didn't brief me about the dementia and how it works, see, I'll just get there and think the woman is taking a piece of me or she's joking with me. Do you understand? So it's very important you take briefing seriously. If they don't brief you, you ask. The laundry and cleaning part is not part of my current job, but it was part of my former job. And if it is in care, I want you to know that cleaning up after somebody, because somebody said this in the previous video, cleaning up after somebody in care, most of them have dryers, washing machines, vacuum. So it's not like you're struggling to clean or to do anything. Like I said, when you start working in care, you have to be very careful with patients. Do not be too trusting. Always ask your superiors. Always ask things you don't know. Ask your superiors. Be careful with the patients in terms of handling them. Be careful with them. Be patient. Don't take anybody's things. Don't open up too much about yourself. Like, I just feel like it goes without saying. I'll talk more about my second job in the next video, but first I want to use this opportunity to thank everybody. I don't know, there's a girl named Edna, there's a girl named is this Sena Unfiltered or Shay Unfiltered, I can't remember, but there are a lot of people that have been there, said a whole lot of things, and I'm so happy. Because if you see where I live in Sheffield, remember the last video I made of me in Sheffield? I cried, I was frustrated. And I think day before yesterday or so, I passed that same road. Because after crying that day, I walked up that road to buy McDonald's from my friend's house. I walked up that road to buy McDonald's. And then I was now walking to see somebody, and then I saw the street. I'm like, I remember the street. And I just put myself back to that place where I said, God, I was crying and I felt hopeless that day. I felt like this is it. I felt like this is time to go back to Nigeria. I remember walking into that McDonald's and I saw the bank next to it, and I said, this is the McDonald's I entered that day. I was frustrated as well, and I was hungry, and I was just tired. And I just thought to myself, little did I know then that the house I was going to leave would overlook that place. But God knew. So I want to tell anybody out there looking for inspiration, looking for hope, looking for anything, that God is going to do it. God knows where you're going to be in a couple of months. Be patient. And I know it's not easy to be patient. Like, I know how tiring it is to be patient and tolerant and be just wait for God to do what he wants to do. But he's going to do it, and he's going to do it at the perfect time. So trust me, it gets better. My friend said that, and I was like, I was yemoing, because I knew that what I was going through, it was too much for somebody to just be telling me it gets better. But it actually does get better. So please, thank you. Please keep watching my videos, keep sharing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, it's mideyussuff. So hi guys, how are you doing? My name is mideyussuff. I am a student at Sheffield University. I currently live in Sheffield, and I'm here to talk about my new job, which is in care. Which is in care. And I also feel like I should talk to you guys about what it really is like working in care in general, because I feel like people have been scared by my last video. And I also want to give you tips on how to get care jobs. The fastest way to get care jobs is by reference. When your friends refer you to either their agency or their company or their home or whatever, that is the fastest way to get a care job. So please try to get reference. And if you don't get it through your friends, search online care agencies near me, care homes near me, and you apply to them. But trust me, care homes and care agencies are always looking for people.